What's up, guys? Welcome to Parlay Power Hour for July 9th, 2021. I'm joined by Will, the Wizard Reed, and Grant, the one and only Mitchell. Grant, I'm a little mad at you. We're going to start with this. And Will, you can be the judge. Anyone in the comments can be the judge here. Will heard this. This was in our pre-production meeting. And Grant says to me that I'm like Barstool and he's like ESPN. Now, I think that's kind of a shot at me. What do you guys think? In the comments, let us know. Will, first of all, let's start with you. Is that a shot at my style?
I wouldn't say it's a shot at your style. I just think that he's just pointing out your guys' two different approaches. I mean, I think we're specifically talking about when Grant's hosting shows on the Sports 2.0 network. But I don't think it's any insult. Barstool is still a great, network.
Damn right it is. I actually thought it was a compliment because I prefer Barstool over ESPN. Now, Grant, I'm going to give you a second to explain yourself right now before we get into the show so you don't hurt my feelings anymore.
Yeah, Barstool has largely built their reputation on their personalities. I think that you have probably the best personality of all the hosts on the network. So that's all I was saying. I very much base my style around just being structured, regimented. I was taught how to do this in school, so I'd follow that sort of formula. So it was a compliment.
There you go. So I was an American Studies major, so I literally learned about history and betting through DraftKings Sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook, PointsBet Sportsbook. You know what, though? We don't talk about DraftKings or FanDuel on this show. We talk about PointsBet, the best sportsbook, guys. PointsBet, the Detroit Tigers, and Miller Lite VIP Summer Sweepstakes. Go, if you are in Michigan and you are over 21 years of age, stop watching the show. This is the one time I'm going to give you the right away to stop watching this show. Go to PointsBet. Use our link in the description below. Use code NOOPMT. That's NOOPMT, KNUPMT. $300 deposit match, and you're going to get entry into the VIP Summer Sweepstakes. Will, do you know what some VIP Summer Sweepstakes is?
I'm not. Well, you mentioned it yesterday that the fans will be getting 4 tickets to a Detroit Tigers game. I believe they get 4 hats. 4. I'm not sure what the other 4 was, but there's a lot of 4s in there.
4 Miller Lite sweaters, not sweatshirts, not hoodies, sweaters. Miller Lite does not mess around. Noob Sports does not mess around. Use code KNUPMT. $300 deposit match. Everyone's going to get that and an entry into this contest. Go to PointsBet. You're going to love it. Best sports book out there. We're using odds from PointsBet today. Let's get into it. First of all, what hour of the day is this?
Best hour of
your day.
Damn right it is. Subscribe to the Sports 2.0 network on YouTube. Let's get into it. We got Grant at 64 and 52 on the year. Will at 40 and 34. Tanner Kern at 43 and 30. I'm still the best. No surprise there. Astros -1.5, Grant, against the Yankees at +140. I took the over in this game. I'll talk about that after, but why do you like the Astros on the run line here?
Yeah, I strongly considered the over, but I was thinking about which one I was more confident in, and I'm more confident in the Astros covering in this one. First of all, +140 for the best team in the American League. Got to take that. But the Astros -1.5. The Astros lead the league in scoring, home runs. I think they're second in batting average. They're just dominant at the plate. And the pitching matchup today, they're going against Nestor Cortes, who's only thrown 21 innings this season. To his credit, he's at a 1.29 ERA, but it's not a very big body of work so far this season. So I'm not going to put that much faith into it. The Astros, they lost to the Athletics yesterday. But before that, they'd won 7 straight. So, I mean, I feel like I say this every day. We all agree that the Astros are just playing well, and it's hard to bet against them. So I'm taking them here tonight.
Yeah, and I like the Yankees and the Astros, the over of 9 in this game. I think 9's very generous for PointsBet. Very generous. Again, PointsBet, NOOPMT, KNUPMT in the description below. Yankees, Astros, over 9. Like you said, Nestor Cortes on the bump for New York. And not a lot of innings, 21 innings. He can't make many judgments. Has not given up a home run in 21 innings, so that's something you got to look for. Jake Odorizzi pitching for Houston. Odorizzi, I was down on Odorizzi. I thought he sucked earlier in the year. He's starting to get a little better. He's getting a little better. He's showing that he might be worth that big contract he signed. But I still think this game goes over. Yankees can surprise some people. Maybe Judge shows up. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Giancarlo Stanton shows up. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but maybe he shows up today. Yankees, Astros go over 9. Too good a value on PointsBet to pass up. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, both these teams have the power to explode from behind the plate. The Astros do it nearly every night, no matter who they're facing against. And the Yankees, they're on and off. They'll do it sometimes, and they might be able to do it tonight versus Jake Odorizzi. So I do like that value at -120 for over 9.
There you go. So, Will, we're going to go to you now. White Sox and Orioles. It's Jorge Lopez day. Jorge Lopez. That means Jorge the over Lopez. Matt Harvey. The whole Orioles pitching staff goes over all the time. All right, you like the over 10 here. Why?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to mention. Any Orioles pitcher, you look at their ERA, it is at least above .650. I think Jorge Lopez, his is in the high sixes, somewhere around there. And so I'm just going to completely expose all the Orioles pitchers whenever I have the chance to get good lines like this at over 10 at -110 on PointsBet. And the White Sox are a pretty good team. They've been rolling a little bit recently. The Orioles have been hitting the ball from behind the plate, and they've been hitting a lot of these overs at around 10. So I'm pretty comfortable with this one.
Yeah, Grant, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the Orioles offense, but it's basically impossible to like them as a team because their pitching staff is so bad. They're a threat to go over every night, so I got no issues here.
And I took this bet as well, Will. White Sox, Orioles, over 10, -113 here. The reason I like this, not just because of Jorge Lopez. You look who's on the mound for the White Sox. Dallas Keuchel's on the bump, 4.48 ERA on the season. He has not been great. You know, I know we think a lot of people, casual baseball fans, look at his record and say 6-3. He's got a 6-3 record because he's got the White Sox lineup. Not saying they're good, not saying they're powerful, but they are efficient. They score at least 6-7 runs today off Lopez. I bet Trey Mancini and Cedric Mullins come through. Anthony Santander as well. This game goes over with ease. All right, Grant, back to you. Tigers and Twins. You like the over in this game. Remember, Michigan bettors. PointsBet, baby. Noop MT, KNUPMT in the description below. Grant, talk to me about this one.
Yeah, check out PointsBet. Obviously, who doesn't want 4 free tickets to an upcoming game? But the Tigers and the Twins here, we're going over. You know, Tanner, you've coined a lot of phrases like it's Jacob deGrom Day and Garrett freaking Richards. I'm on the verge. We're not there yet because he's still just getting into the action.
Don't you make fun of Matt Manning right now. If you make fun of Matt Manning, I'm throwing you off the show.
It's Matt Manning Day. He's only thrown 17 innings, so you know I want to slow it down there. But he's at 7.9 ERA. A lot of that damage was done in a game where he threw 9 earned runs and I think 2.2 innings. If that's coming off the top of my head. But both teams, I mean, if you look at who he's going against here for the Twins, it's Maeda.
Maeda.
Is that Maeda?
Kenta Maeda, yep.
Maeda. Sorry. I don't watch enough Twins games. 5.03 ERA. Both teams, you know, they're not necessarily the greatest at scoring, but relatively easy pitching matchups today, at least in terms of recent form. So I'm going over.
Yeah, you look at Kenta heading into the season. He was supposed to be the ace for this club. And he received Cy Young votes. I think he was top 5 in Cy Young last year. Just has absolutely disappointed. So, you know what? Stop picking on Matt Manning and pick on Kenta Maeda. That's what you should be doing. 5.03 ERA on the season. That's not good for a veteran, especially like Kenta. The Twins just, I don't know. Rocco Baldelli's got to figure it out or he's got to get fired because they suck. All right.
What's with the man crush on Matt Manning?
Well, so I'm from Connecticut, right? So the Tigers single A team, like the guys with like the low A right out of college, was in Connecticut before they moved it because nothing's going on in Connecticut. So I actually have a Matt Manning. I talked about this on MLB Daily Picks today. I have a Matt Manning, vintage Matt Manning, 100% Gildan cotton T-shirt that was given away as a promo at the Connecticut Tigers game. So I'm all in on Matt Manning. I did not know who he was when he was in Connecticut, but I saw the name Matt Manning when he made his debut a few weeks ago, whatever, and I was like, I have his T-shirt. Wow, I'm a Matt Manning guy. Okay, so
did he give up 8 earned runs?
No, he actually pitched well that night. Stop picking on Matt Manning. I don't even know if he pitched on the night they gave out his T-shirt. That's how messed up the minor leagues are. All right. Anyways, we'll go to William here. Will's got the Angels on the money line. If you say anything about Shohei Ohtani here, I'm gonna flip.
I will not. I don't really care too much about Shohei Ohtani.
There you go. We shouldn't care.
You've made that aware. I'm not like Japan where they have the Shohei Ohtani cams right in the corner when they're watching every Angels games because that's what they're based off of. They might have a religion based off of Shohei Ohtani at this point. But I do like the Angels in this one. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games. And they've been rolling no matter if Shohei Ohtani is playing well or not, or if he's on the mound or not. And they've been playing pretty well. The Mariners have been on a little bit of a cold stretch. So just simple betting knowledge, if go with the hot team against the cold team.
All right, yeah, I don't have any arguments there. Grant, what do you think?
The bigger name than Shohei Ohtani in this one might be Marco Gonzalez. He's 1-5, 5.8 ERA this season. He's not been good. And unlike some of the guys we talked about earlier, he's thrown over 50 innings. We know what level he's been playing at this season. So yeah, I don't have any confidence in the Mariners.
Yeah, neither do I. Okay, so we got Yankees Astros here. We talked Astros on the money line. We talked about the over there. All right, White Sox, Orioles. I got the over of that. We talked about that, right?
Yes,
Did we talk about Yankees Astros over?
Yeah,
We did.
That was yours.
All right, so we're gonna save my last pick for the end because we love my last pick of the day. All right, so we got Will's got Angels, Marlins. Grant, you got one more here or two more. Giants -1.5, Nationals over 8.5. Why do you like this?
Yeah, so the Giants, believe it or not, they have the best record in baseball right now. I forget who they lost to, but they had a loss or two that weren't great, and the Dodgers were playing well. So I think we all just assumed it was the Dodgers' turn to take over. But we just saw them struggle a lot against the Miami Marlins. Now, even though the Giants lost 2 to the Cardinals, they've been playing pretty consistently well all season. They're near the top in pitching and batting stats, pretty much across the board. So that's going to be the main reason for us going over. I also think that the Nationals, even though they had a very memorable choke last night, their bats are starting to warm up. Soto and Turner are starting to pull through. So I think we're good there. But, I mean, I just briefly touched on it. The Nationals had a really bad loss last night. So I think that's just going to shake them up as they continue this West Coast road trip. I think they're on the road for something like, is it seven straight games? So, yeah, I'm Giants in the over.
What about Dodgers game? Okay, so we're going to get a special appearance here for the Dodgers today. We're going to give you all 3 lines for this game just because, that's what we do here at Parlay Power Hour. All right, so the Dodgers are going against the Diamondbacks. I don't know what you're looking for in this game if you want to give us that, because I'll tell you what, Dodgers on the money line has absolutely no value at -270. We got the over here is 9. I don't mind the over in this game. Dodgers still haven't named a starting pitcher. Oh, David Price is on the bump. Go with the over. David Price is on the bump. Go with the over. That's what that means. And then run line, I still like the Dodgers to cover. You know what? They didn't play well against the Miami Marlins, but hey, they won the last game. Julio Urias on the bump. He covered yesterday. I took that bet. It hit. I think it will hit today. Any more specific questions, throw it in there. We're going to keep going with our picks. Will, Marlins Braves over 7.5. Talk to me about it.
All right, so this is actually a pretty good pitching matchup here. You got Charlie Morton on the mound for the Braves and Zach Thompson on the mound for the Marlins. So that explains why they're putting the run total pretty low here for the over/under. But the last 2 times these two met, they met on 4th of July, and the teams combined for a total of 15 runs and a 8-7 Marlins victory, I believe. So both these guys did not pitch well against their counterparts last time, and I think that is going to happen again. This run total is still pretty low for me. The Braves went off for 14 or 13 runs yesterday against the Pirates, so their bats are starting to heat up, and I just think that'll continue.
Yeah, I got screwed yesterday in the what was it, the Mets? I forget. I had a low over. Oh, Dodgers. It was 6-1. I took the over. 7 runs were scored. It was 7.5, so that sucked for me. Grant, what do you think about this low total? I hate these low totals now. Ever since I lost yesterday, you think this going over or under?
I would cautiously bet the over. The Braves scare me because one day they look like they have the best offense ever, and then the next day they're going to score 1 run. I mean, if you look at their recent games, these are the runs they've scored: 14, 1-1, 8-2, 1-4, 20. So, like, you don't really know what you're going to get with them, but they are explosive. So in these sorts of cases, just the fact that they are able to explode like that versus their team that regularly scores fewer amounts, then I would take the over.
Yeah, 100% there. I mean, you look at the guys on the Braves, they have hitters that can leave the yard. 7.5, really, it's not that much. When you really think about 7.5 runs, it can be done pretty quickly. So we're going to get into my final bet of the day here. I got one thing to pull up. I got to pull something up here before I get into my bet. Wait, all right, here we go. Give me a second here, boys. Give me a second. The boys are buzzing today, though. Boys are buzzing. All right.
What's he working with now?
He
hasn't told us what this is, so we're waiting to.
This was not in the pre-production meeting of today's show. Guess what day it is? Guess what day? Wait, we got a comment. Let's answer this comment. Oakland and Rangers. What do you want to know about Oakland and Rangers? I'll tell you after this thing because I need to talk about what day it is. Guess what day it is? Guess
I feel,
what day it
I
is.
feel like we know the answer here.
At this point, everyone should know the answer if they're a fan of Parlay Power Hour.
It's Garrett freaking Richards Day. That's what day. And you know what? It doesn't even matter. Velasquez is pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies. It doesn't matter if Velasquez is pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies because guess what day it is? It's Garrett Richards Day. Let me remove the camel here. I want to throw something up on the screen. Not throw something up. I gotta get Garrett Richards' exact stat line. Sorry. I'm not as prepared as I should be right now, but you know what? Deal with it. I was so excited about Garrett Richards. His name doesn't even come up when you search it in freaking ESPN now. They got to figure. Oh, there it is. It's the fourth one. He's below people that don't have Garrett. He's with people that have Garrett as their last name. That's how irrelevant he is. Okay, let's look. All right,
He's on your favorite team.
I know he is, but you know what? He said he should retire after the spider tack rule came into play. All right. He's going. As soon as Sale comes back, we're bumping him to the bullpen or he's getting sent to the bleachers and just watching the game with us in the stands. All right. Yes. Are the Red Sox going to win the World Series? Do I want them to win today? Of course I do. But I also want to see this game go over. I like watching Garrett Richards pitch bad. All right. So here we go. June 11th, 5.1 innings, gave up 4 runs. June 16th, 4 innings, gave up 6 runs. June 23rd, 1.2 innings, gave up 5 runs. June 28th, he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. July 3rd, 2 runs, 5 innings. So I guess he's coming off a decent start. But that game still went over. So Garrett freaking Richards Day, over of 11 runs. What do you guys think?
I believe his exact spider tack quote was, "I'm glad that I got to this point in my career before they instituted this stupid rule," something like that. And he was like, he said something else about, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with my pitching life now that they removed spider tack and like banned it. So he really relied on that stuff heavily for his pitching game, and it showed. He has fallen off immensely he wasn't good before, and now he's even worse. So over any time you see Garrett Richards on the mound.
Yeah, thank you, Will. It's not like he was great before. Like he was still in the 4s this season. So at this point, it's a cardinal sin if you pick the under with Garrett Richards.
I would never bet the under with Garrett Richards. All right, WB Hattie. I'm going to give you my parlay for the day on PointsBet Sportsbook, my top one. Now, all these are included in my parlays. I got the over of 10 runs in the White Sox and the Orioles game. I got the Mets on the money line. That's minus 205. That's my safe bet. And then I got the over of 9 Yankees Astros at minus 120. So when you combine all those, I think it's a 440 odds. So, you know, a $10 bet's going to win you a payout $50-something. A $100 bet's going to pay out $500 and something dollars. So there's my parlay. If you guys have any good, are you going with all yours in here to include together?
Yeah. I picked him because I'm confident in him. Come on.
I picked mine because I'm confident in him too. But you know what? I threw in a safe bet to my other one because you know what?
That just means that you're not living on the edge. It's Friday. It's Friday.
All these are included plus that safe bet. Because
show some spirit. We're going into the weekend. We're not going into the weekend safe.
It's the over. Friday's about betting the overs. We're not safe here on Parlay Power. We go all in on risk taking here on Parlay Power. You know what? All these are good parlays today. I got about 15 parlays right now. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in a legal betting state, PointsBet Sportsbook. I'm throwing everything down today on PointsBet. I got about 1,500 different MLB parlays, and I'm going to win all 1,500 of them because it's Friday, and that's what we do, boys. All right, I got an ant crawling on my laptop. Get away from me. Will, final thoughts for the day. What do you got?
I'm excited to see how fired up you are too, because it is over day Friday. All these teams are going to go over. I'm pretty confident. I don't think we chose a single under on today's show, so we're all prepared. We're not scared to go with the team scoring runs today, and I'm excited for the weekend.
Grant, what do you think?
I've got 3 things, and I'll keep them short and sweet. First one, subscribe to the Sports 2.0 network. We are over 500 subscribers. Second one, use PointsBet. Win some tickets to the Detroit Tigers games. And the third one, I'm going undefeated today. You already knew what it was. 4-0.
There you go. All right. So I got a couple of things to say. Number one, I think we need a special theme of Friday Parlay Power Hour and just do over bets. I think we just pick overs on Fridays. What do you guys think?
I like that.
Down.
That's what we're doing. Next Friday is going to be Parlay Power Hour over edition. Every Friday we bet the over because over is for not people that are not scared. Over all day. All right. Second thought. PointsBet, Tigers, Miller Lite. 3 perfect brands coming together for the VIP Summer Sweepstakes. You're going to love PointsBet Sportsbook. Noop MT. Code down in the description. Lock it up. Parlay Power Hour for July 9th. I'm going to win all my bets today. I'm going to win all 1,500 of my parlays on PointsBet, and we're going to ride into the weekend high, boys. Let's get it. Hope everyone has a great day. Friday, have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday for another episode of Parlay Power Hour.